Welcome back to Happy Hour, everyone. I'm Rebecca Gomez. The market's kicking off the work week in positive territory, thanks in large part to Big Blue. IBM saying its quarterly earnings will be higher than expected. IBM shares rose about 6% on the news. Big Blue will release its earnings on Thursday, and IBM's upbeat tone putting investors in a buying mode, pushing the Dow up triple digits. You can see gaining 171 points, up 1.36%. The NASDAQ in the green, 38 and change. The S&P up 15, and the Fox 50 rose almost 12 points. Hey, I always like to closely follow consumer spending patterns, and we told you last week about Capital One Financial and American Express seeing more credit card defaults and customers reducing their spending. We've also talked about Coach, Tiffany Jewelry, and Saks seeing the consumer, even those making good money, the high-end consumer, cutting back on purchases as people worry about a possible recession. Well, today we have Sears, which also owns Kmart. Sears Holdings saying quarterly profits will fall 60% over the same quarter a year ago. Now, they blame the soft economy, but not so fast, Sears Holdings. Bad business moves over at Sears and Kmart are to blame just as much, if not more. Have you ever been to a Kmart lately? The ones I've been to, at least, are disorganized, not very customer friendly, and they don't have the same quality merchandise as a Walmart or a Target. So maybe Kmart and Sears can learn a thing or two from my next guest. After all, the key to building a successful business, be it a restaurant or a store, is building a loyal customer base. Jim Kane is a corporate consultant on customer loyalty with the Brookside Group. His clients include Universal Studios, Major League Baseball, and Coors Brewing Company. Welcome, Jim.
Hi, Rebecca.
Welcome
How
to
are
Happy
you?
Hour.
Thank you.
So you deal with, some big-time, well-known companies, but, I wanted to focus, on the small business owner, the entrepreneurs who are trying to build up the customer base. What advice would you give to them?
The principles that apply to customer loyalty for big companies are the same ones that would apply to a small company as well. And they're really the same. There are only 6 things you really have to do to create a loyal customer. Whether you own a bar, whether you own a new cable network and are trying to get your viewers to come back again, it doesn't really matter. The 6 things that apply are, the first 2 are competency and integrity. And unfortunately, most companies think that that's all they have to do, is just be competent in what they do and just be honest with the price or the value.
Well, some companies aren't even doing that, like a Sears and the Kmart. You're saying, heck, you go into the store and you can't find anything, and the shelves are in disarray. You need to get the basics done first, right away.
Exactly. Once you do that, though, your customer doesn't give you any credit for that. All they think is that's what you should be doing. So if you don't do that, then they don't come back at all. So that's obvious. But what about when you do? What about when you do create a very competent product, a good service, a good product, and are honest about it, and yet people still go to your competitor? The reason is that's not enough for them. They expect that. They think that they're paying for that.
Right.
So they're not giving you credit for that, which means they don't come back ever again.
So what do you need to do?
What you need to do is really focus on them, because everything else is focusing on you, on what you can do. Your competency, your integrity is about you. You need to focus on them. And the first 2 is proactivity and recognition. Do you see them as an individual or just a number? Are they just another one of your customers, or are you recognizing their individual needs? Proactivity is, are you thinking ahead for them? Are you anticipating their needs before you do it? For a small business, there's a great story of a man who forgets his mother's birthday. She lives in Los Angeles, he lives in New York. He forgets her birthday. He calls a flower shop in Los Angeles, says, can you deliver these things? The flower shop says, we'll take care of it. We'll also take the blame for it. 11 months.
That's great.
11 months later, he gets a card in the mail saying, don't forget your mother's birthday.
Wow.
The flower shop did more than just take his credit card number. They also knew why he was calling. So that's recognition and being proactive. So they send the card out. Of course, he's going to be a loyal customer. He doesn't care how much they charge them anymore. So
how does a small business do that when, one, you're short-staffed, you don't have a whole lot of money, you're barely trying to get the business going with, the basics. So how do you go that extra mile that you need to grow this into a big company?
Well, again, it's not easy, but companies are doing it all the time. Bigger companies are setting great examples. Amazon and Apple do it with their iTunes, where when you go on those sites, they know who you are, It says, welcome, Rebecca, welcome back.
Right.
It knows what books you've purchased in the past. It recommends other ones. It does an awful lot of things for you. It kind of does the work for you.
So maybe you can use technology to help you with some of that, even though you're short-staffed or may not have a lot of financial resources.
Absolutely. And in today's world, that's what you have to do. So while it is hard, there are companies that have been doing it, small mom-and-pop stores that have been doing it forever. They know who their customers are. They know what they come back for. They know what their challenges are. And when they understand those things, they can really address them much better than simply saying, this is our product, we're really good at it, this is our service that we offer, and we give you the best price. And it has to be about more than that.
Jim, thank you so much. And hey, folks, you probably charge, what, $1,000 an hour? So you got more than that? Okay, there you go. So you got some free real advice from one of the best experts in the business. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cody?
Hey, very interesting stuff. You know, actually, I teach some of these theories at my class in Seton Hall, and the book I use for the digital side and the internet age is called Information Rules. Hal Varing, you know that book?
Yep, it's a great book.
A lot of stuff about that. It's very interesting.
It definitely is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Steve Grasso joins us now with